Good morning. It is Monday and a lot of New Yorkers waking up a little bit bleary-eyed after a late night staying up watching the Oscars. You're looking at a shot of Times Square on this very snowy morning. From the NASDAQ market site, I'm Joya Das. John Marino is off today. Well, it's Ukraine, and more Ukraine. Rising tensions in the region are rattling world markets and sending U.S. stock futures markets lower. The threat of an all-out war between Moscow and Kiev prompted Russia's central bank to temporarily increase its key interest rate to 7% from 5.5%. Now the question is, why do we or why should we care about this part of the world? Well, a few reasons. Russia supplies about 25% of Europe's gas needs. Half of that is pumped through Ukrainian pipelines. Another energy concern is that Russia's military intervention threatens to derail energy exploration in the region that holds a quarter of the world's natural gas reserves. Chevron is reportedly heightening security for employees involved in searching Ukraine's shale fields for gas. We're going to take a quick check of Chevron stock for you. Last trade, 115.33. Before we leave this topic, the Ukraine is also one of the world's top exporters of corn and wheat, and both of those prices are already spiking higher this morning on concern that those exports could halt. The instability also comes at a fragile time for emerging markets. We've been talking about this for quite some time now. The instability could lead investors to reassess the risks of other emerging markets slowing economic growth. One other factor I want to tack in here, Russia also lent heavily to Ukrainian banks, so they stand to also suffer some losses. Let's check on your European markets for you right now because they are lower across the board. Right now we're looking at the FTSE down 1.9%, the DAX is down 2.9%, CAC 40 down 2.5%, and a quick check on Asian markets, the Nikkei also sustaining losses down 1.3%. Keep in mind one other factor affecting the Asian markets is that we saw weakness in Chinese manufacturing. Back here stateside, we have a ton of economic news to consider this morning. At 8:30 Eastern Time, we get a check on consumer spending as well as personal income. Spending is expected to rise 0.2%, but compare that to a 0.4% rise in the previous month. We're also going to get a check on February manufacturing at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. We're also going to get a gauge on how the auto industry is faring stateside as the big three automakers in this country turn in their February sales figures. They are expected to feel the heat from the spate of January winter storms. And so overall, January auto sales are expected to just tick up slightly by about 0.8%. Quick check on GM, last trade 36.20, and Ford Motor Company, last trade 15.39. Turning to other news, of course, because of all the crisis that we're seeing in the Ukraine, we are seeing a flight to quality as far as commodities are concerned. We're keeping an eye on gold mining stocks today, including Barrick Gold and Newmont Mining. Oil, by the way, is higher at 104.03 a barrel. One other stock we want to talk about this morning is American Express. Now, this card company is introducing a new no-fee rewards credit card targeted not at the jet-set traveler, but the multitasking mom in the family. The new card is called the Amex Everyday, offering double points for purchases made at such wonderful places as the supermarket, up to $6,000. Quick check on American Express for you. You can see last trade here, 91.28. Final stock we want to talk about this morning, the Carlyle Group has made a deal to buy a unit of Tyco. Now, what's important here is that it's marking the largest private equity buyout deal in U.S. dollar value in the country of Korea since 2008. The Carlyle Group has agreed to acquire a 100% stake in the unit in a cash transaction valued at approximately $1.93 billion. Quick check on Tyco stock for you. Last trade, you could see 42.18. For all the latest business news headlines, check back on thestreet.com throughout the day. For The Street, I'm Joya Das. Have a wonderful day.